Who can Android 21 beat in Super? I'll tell you who. Super Saiyan God Goku, Golden Frieza, hits, and dare I say, Goku Black.
Heresy, you say?
Then let us explore what makes her a monstrous enemy by asking a simple question.
A stranger I remain. A stranger I remain.
To start, let me explain what I will use for her canon scaling. I will rely on all three fighter storylines for the sake of not cherry picking. They are all kinda canon via multiverse theory anyways. Toriyama and Koyama applied this idea to the Toei films. Plus, DBZ games rely on the multiverse for their realities to happen. Examples are the Tenkaichi series and Xenoverse. This game is no different. Next, FighterZ sorta follows the anime events before the Goku Black arc to the surprise of many fans. The presence of Beerus and Whis tells us Battle of Gods already happened. Goku references Piccolo babysitting Pan, who wasn't born until Frieza's revival. Gohan mentioned Frieza's return, and Goku noted his golden form, as well as Frieza mentioning Goku's blue form. Clear callbacks to the Resurrection of F arc. Then, Goku remembers Buu sleeping for the tournament exam during the Universe 6 arc. Finally, Goku acts as if this is the first time he fought a doppelganger before, despite that being Black's entire gimmick, or Turles. There are more examples to list, but you get the idea. FighterZ vaguely happens after the Universe 6 saga. So then why the anime in particular? Well, it's due to specific callbacks that do not originate from the manga or movie timeline. The first is Frieza recalling Piccolo's sacrifice to protect Gohan. Second, Frieza remembers Tien battling Tagoma. Both events are exclusive to the anime. Frieza killed Tagoma on screen for the movie and manga adaptation, getting thrown out in the vacuum of space. The anime instead has Tagoma train under Frieza and battle the Z Fighters. Also, Piccolo's sacrifice never happened in either film or manga. Yet, I did say FighterZ sorta follows the anime, but not exactly. When Goku interacts with Cell, he never visited Hell before in general, whether it be Earth's Hell or other world's Hell, even though Goku visited that realm by accident during the Saiyan arc, including Goku facing Cell and Hell before the Buu Saga. Then to any Toei-verse supporters out there, that includes Goku and Hell for Fusion Reborn, meaning no movie scaling allowed. Also, by gameplay logic, you can play GT and future Super characters, except that does not mean the actual story must happen after either sagas. I know to some it's not worth pointing out the obvious, but there will always be that one person in the comment section. If you want to rely on a higher authority, sad to say, it doesn't make this topic any less convoluted. According to producer Tomoko Hiroki, FighterZ happens after the DBZ story. So I guess by technicality, it happens after Goku meets Oob. Cause that's how canon works, them DBZ, right guys? Meaning yes.
Android 21 is stronger than cooler by a brawling Gohan Calvo.
In all seriousness, you could argue that DBZ Kai is canon to FighterZ, yet Kai still retains a lot of filler for the Buu Saga, like Cell and Frieza watching Goku fight Buu, when FighterZ has them act as if this is the first time they've ever seen the Majin before. This implies that FighterZ disregards most anime filler arcs and its reality. Whether this is the case or not, you'll have to come up with your own opinions. Otherwise, I will rely on the Toei anime and Kai for the most part. Trust me, my conclusion will not change even if I don't ignore certain filler arcs. Sorry, Junior. With all that said, let's jump right in. Let's not beat around the bush. Isn't 21 weak because everyone's nerfed? That is what most people get out of the story, and I get it. The game hammers that plot point too much. The basis for 21 is Gero's dead wife, Vomi. Except unlike Cell, Android 21 has the DNA of Majin Buu. As a result, she gains Buu's insatiable appetite and split persona. Evil 21 comes up with a plan to absorb the strongest fighters. First, she makes clones to ease her hunger and to get stronger, as well as reviving past enemies to further her evolution. Second, through her power suppression wave machine, everyone loses their power, allowing her to absorb everyone with little effort. Ironically, she too gets nerfed by her machine, allowing her good side to regain control, giving 21 time to use the Soul Link system to help resolve her conflict. Why does this matter? Well, having everyone nerfed throughout the story overshadows most of her feats a bit. When first introduced in the Hero Saga, Evil 21 admits she has not achieved her full powers. The mere idea of Cell helping the Z Fighters was enough for her to not face them head on initially, despite being so nerfed to the point Krillin can beat Cell. Yes, that's Krillin! Except what concerns her more is their Soul Link. The stronger the Soul Link, the more they can channel their original powers, since Soul Linking can bypass 21's power suppression waves. I bring this up because Evil 21 transforms to prove how nerfed everyone is. Thanks to Goku's Soul Bond, he can go Super Saiyan and stop 21. Except wrong, because she tanks his Kamehameha without a scratch, destroying the new Android 16 with ease afterward. 21 does admit she used too much power for her attack and chooses to let the fighters live. Even when Goku follows her, Evil 21 one-shots him. Past this, we find out from 16, surprising nobody, that 21 is more powerful than Super Perfect Cell, straight up saying 21 has more potential than Cell, who evolved as he fought Goku during the Cell games. 16's statements are true because Cell ends up facing Evil 21 alone. Even with the Soul Link accessing more of Cell's powers, it's still not enough to beat her. Cell is outright baffled by her level, believing such power could not exist. Worse is that in the Villain Saga, Cell still loses. Frieza with Soul Link and Cell with Killing Intent throws a barrage of attacks on Evil 21, yet she still takes no damage. Goku believing fighting together is not enough to win if they follow her. Crazier, both Goku and Frieza note she was not using half her power. Keep in mind, Evil 21 does get stronger from eating clones, but they aren't huge power-ups. Heck, Goku was still shocked she could survive their attacks unscathed, straight up admitting they cannot win unless they regain their full powers. But why not go for Strike 3? Cause Cell does battle 21 with his full powers restored in her arc. 21 tries to hold back her power since it may bring out her evil side. She did have help from the other androids, but they too get nerfed from the waves and still win. This is a quick reminder of why defeating Cell is insane. He surpasses Saiyans who can wave away planets, surpasses Frieza who can destroy small stars in his weakest form. Then, through Cell's super perfect form, obtaining power to destroy a solar system, as confirmed by all guidebooks. Maybe surpassing Rage Boost Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, since he's labeled as the strongest being at the time. Likely worse because guidebooks define a single galactic nebulae containing innumerable stars, implying typical solar systems residing in a galactic nebulae can have several stars. By our real-life standards, some systems exist with a similar structure. Mind you, this is Cell's lowballed scaling, since anime Frieza can also scale to solar system level from destroying Namek. Energy so fierce, its debris spread across a galaxy distance in seconds. Plus, King Kai believes final form Frieza has the power to destroy the universe. Android 16 stated something similar for Imperfect Cell. Even Cell claims to have infinite powers, only to get outclassed by the likes of Majin Buu, wiping out a whole galaxy with ease and in seconds. Although calcs put this at multi-solar system level, it could go higher, considering the galaxy could be bigger based on guidebook lore and real-life examples. Not to mention having his attack speed go to ridiculous level beyond light speed. Plus, at both Z and Kai, Kid Buu was low-key going to one-shot the entire Grand Kai planet, something that through pixel calc could be multi-galaxy in size compared to Heaven, a realm that is universal in size. Likely infinite since guidebooks compare all realms to the mortal realm structure. Doesn't matter if this feat doesn't count because Buu fighting Goku is as impressive, since their battle damaged the highly durable world of Kai's, a world that is 1/10 the size of Universe 7, easily universal in size even if the other realm's sizes are not literal infinity. infinity. Also, I'm aware I said no filler allowed, but Cell did admit Kid Buu is above his level, in case you do allow it. Put all this potential onto 21, and you can see why she spanks Cell so badly. From then on, we do get to see 21 when she is not holding back at all. Returning to the Hero Saga, Evil 21 goes on a food binge and eats everyone, including Cell, who once again confirms she held back in their previous battle, as well as speed blitzing Frieza. Her power is to the point that Cass and all three sagas need to get stronger, as maxing out their Soul Link does not increase past their full powers. Then do they get their full powers back? The answer is yes, but only for the climax of all three arcs. If you do max out the Soul Link, we do see both Goku and Vegeta regain their blue form. Yet despite their full powers restored, Evil 21 was confident in facing the whole Z team. Goku admits her full power is higher than he thought. Even Old Kai believed the outcome could go to either side, as indicated by their battle damage after their clash. Granted, 21 loses, but only through a teamwork blast. For the Villain Saga, Frieza also comments her power is nothing like when they first met, due to eating several clones. By the time they do fight Evil 21, she once again handles the entire roster, making Cell admit nobody can beat her by themselves. It's not until Bulma shows up that she can negate the waves briefly, helping Goku, Cell, and Frieza regain their full powers. Yet they all still opted to attack together to take out Evil 21. Then we enter her true saga. Due to 21's instability, both her good and evil sides separate from each other, with her evil side retaining most of their powers in the process, mirroring the whole Evil Buu fiasco. Majin 21 then absorbs Cell and become more powerful. Later, Cell 21 eats the wave device, now no longer restrained from its effects. Goku also admits she was far from being serious, even if he was willing to face her alone. Not to mention, she still gets a slight boost from absorbing the clones. Finally, to any doubters questioning if the cast is still nerfed, don't worry. Goku says out loud that they restored their powers. Yet Vegeta was the one to admit that surpassing their previous levels was the only way to win. Funny, considering Vegeta in the Villain Saga implied he could win at full power alone, albeit against a weaker variant of Evil 21. Yet before that, Krillin claimed 21 is above anything they have ever faced before. Nobody, including Vegeta, tries to deny his statement after the fact. Ultimately, the climax has Cell 21 once again challenge the entire Z team. Granted, she gets damaged despite her level, yet she simply regenerates and regains her full power, forcing Goku to rely on a spare bomb as the only way to win. Yet Cell 21 was strong enough to hold off such an insane attack. I think people overlook how OP she needs to be to perform such a feat. A simple reminder, Goku has access to his god level powers, capable of destroying the entire macrocosm by accident due to his trash ki control, regardless of what contrarians have to say just cause, oh well, Beerus caused that too though. As shown in the previous arc, anime Buhan nearly destroyed the living realm by screaming with his ki, confirmed by guidebooks as the technique that helped him escape the time chamber, only to have Vegeta use more power to negate Buhan's universal attack. Yet Goku believed a post-Buu Saga Vegeta could not beat Beerus. Makes sense cause Goku almost destroyed not one, but several infinite space-time universes, reaching as far as the realm of Kai's, shockwaves that need to go beyond trillions of times faster than light, maybe even above infinite speed. Probably worse if you believe the other world is a 5D or outerversal construct, according to the Daizenshu. Goku only gets stronger through his god powers that he recreated the same feat with less buildup. On top of that, Goku gets god training and Super Saiyan Blue, what many generally agree to be a 50 times multiplier onto his god form, except it could go even higher, since Goku does not use grade 1 but grade 4 Super Saiyan. The inferior god form surpassed the 50 times multiplier by a 10 times difference at least. Other sources like the GT guidebook also say grade 4 rivals grade 3 without any of the drawbacks. Then, Toriyama confirms Goku's mastery after the Battle of Gods arc, to the point grade 4 can rival the Super Saiyan 3 multiplier without any waste in ki, a concept concept accepted for the Super manga. Like Future Trunks' improved ki control can increase his Super Saiyan 2 powers, rivaling Goku's 4 times power difference form, as well as perfected Blue and Evolution being extensions of that concept. Lastly, we saw how Blue Goku can rival Kefla's Super Saiyan form, when in fact it's not a regular Super Saiyan but Kale's Berserk variant, a form capable of outclassing Super Saiyan 2 with little mastery, only to be even stronger when Kale does control her form. Meaning yes, Goku's blue form could be a 50 times boost lowballed, but can go above a 4,000 times boost onto his god form. Despite this crazy increase, Golden Frieza surpasses this level at full power, with 4 months of training no less. Then Goku gets stronger by the time he faces hit, presenting his newest level, Blue Kaioken and times 10. Moving so fast, not even Hit's time skip hacks could keep up with him initially. Yet according to everyone, this is nothing compared to Majin 21, implying Majin 21 when hyped up could have some inaccessible levels of combat speed, as well as thousands of times beyond 4D powers potentially. Makes sense if it took the entire Universe 7 roster or a Spirit Bomb to at all win. Ironic for Majin 21 as well. Kid Buu, her predecessor, suffered the same fate from an Earth-empowered attack. Ultimately, Good 21 sacrifices herself and ends the conflict for good, restoring peace for her newfound friends. Of course, this is not the true end for her. After all, if Buu gets reincarnated, why not her? It's like poetry, they rhyme. On to the rest of her overview. I guess it's time to clarify my hot take, that being 21 defeating Goku Black. I'll admit, my claim is subjective since it depends on how you go about each character. The entire crutch for my claim comes from Game Informer again. According to the issue, Toriyama, Bandai, and Arc Sys intentionally made 21 strong, someone who could compete against the strongest fighters in the series. It gives less reason to doubt this source or the authors wanting 21 to be weak in general. Now granted, the issue came out in early 2017, but the game itself was released in 2018, roughly close to the end of the Super anime run. Maybe from a release date meta standpoint, this could give 21 a buff. As for Goku Black, he initially started weak, roughly on par with Goku as a Super Saiyan 2 or 3 when serious. Only after getting all his Zenkais before his fusion does he surpass Goku's scaling at the time. Producer Atsushi Kido claimed disregarding Beerus that Goku Black was the strongest fighter. Some fans may think that because of this statement, Black is automatically stronger, except I would argue that 21 might surpass his entire development, cause let me repeat it again, she handled the entire Universe 7 cast by herself. This means she low-key 1v10 the Tournament of Power roster, holding back a Spirit Bomb that might be as potent as the one Goku used against Jiren. If not, maybe rival the same one that amped up Trunks that can kill Berserk Merge Zamasu, with fewer people giving away their Genki no less. Now it's true, the cast has yet to reach their TOP level during FighterZ, especially Gohan, who is constantly mocked for his slow progression. Except this might not apply to Frieza or Android 17, since in both cases, they were training off-screen. Frieza rivals Blue Goku, who can handle assassin hits without needing Blue Kaioken, something 17 also did even when holding back. This means either of them could rival Brose Black at his peak pre-TOP arc. If the cast themselves need to surpass their current level to stand a chance against Majin 21, maybe Rose Black losing is not all that far-fetched. Admittedly, FighterZ is within its continuity. The staff likely never considered future arcs for 21's overarching scaling, hence why this matchup is not clear-cut, especially when I did not bring up any of 21 or Black's hacks abilities, such as 21 using instant transmission might give her immeasurable speed, if the teleportation zone is possibly beyond the concept of time, not to mention their high stamina and durability, as well as their fast growth potential. I don't want this video to become a 21 versus Black scenario. You can decide if you think I'm onto something or Black just solos cause ningens though. You can at least understand why 21's nerf meta scaling is old news. It does not fit with the creator's intentions or the progression of power for their series, regardless of differences in continuity. Fans also want to canonize everything to the anime and buff the cast for any new material coming out. The same should apply to to 21 or any series. Whatever the case, this is the last time we will ever see her.
Yeah, right. You think that's it? This is Dragon Ball.
Nobody's dead from the franchise. There are some things worth pointing out for 21's other appearances. She does appear in Dokkan Battle, Legends, and the Heroes Arcade, although they shortened the plot of fighters for each exclusive title. Otherwise, little else changed in her role and abilities. After these titles, I guess she sorta, kinda makes a cameo in Kakarot. Not as 21 or even Vomi, rather as an NPC female researcher working at Capsule Corp who happens to use her likeness. A wink to the players more than anything else. Also, no, this does not mean Kakarot is 100% canon to fighters. We do meet her after Namek Saga in the game, yet none of the cast recognize her by the time she is a villain, unless her wishes gave the cast amnesia? Plus, multiverse theory is a thing. It's headcanon to assume there is a deeper intent by the developers other than being an Easter egg. Although speaking of winking to the player, Heroes gives the fans what they want. Apparently, in one event mission, Android 21 is the idol of the Private Heroes Academy. You, the player, must show your strength and earn her love. She can either reject you or accept your confession. I'm not making any of this up. Unironically, this means Android 21 can canonically be your waifu. What is real? Snap back to reality because World Mission puts her in a less bizarre role. Nim, an Android-type Heroes player, goes on a mission to gather intel. By chance, he ends up bumping into Good 21. We discover she was running away from Dark Empire goons since they wanted to control her evil side. Nim helps her out and succeed, but 21 struggles to not go all out at the cost of going berserk. Android 16 reunites with Good 21, but their reunion gets interrupted by time breakers. Those being Haru Haru, Shun Shun, and Demon God Deborah. They struggle to take them down, and Good 21 reaches her mental limit. Since she dropped her guard, Deborah uses his magic to release her evil side. Despite Evil 21 joining Deborah's side, she blames her loss due to fighting on an empty stomach. Even so, Good 21 overpowers her evil side, regaining control through sheer willpower. The Time Breakers retreat while the androids choose to repair the city from their battle, ending with them leaving in peace. But screw their peace, because Xenoverse 2 chooses violence. The first thing worth bringing up is her interaction with 18. According to 21, she implies 18 is stronger than her.
You're so strong, 18, but I'm going to surpass you one day.
Not sure how accurate this is, since for all we know, 21 could be referring to Android Saga 18. It could only relate to suppressed Good 21 and not her alter ego at full power. Otherwise, take my opinions with a grain of salt. Next is one unique parallel quest giving 21 a new form. Evil 21 takes over her good side and somehow obtains her supervillain mode. According to Goku, she was too much for him, so he asked for help and relied on the Spirit Bomb. After holding back Evil 21 and the clones, Goku throws his attack, yet either Evil 21 dodges the attack or survives the Spirit Bomb head on. With a reactivated 16, Goku and the player must rely on brute force to win. Due to her damages, Good 21 regains control and ends her alter ego's rampage. Finally, to any doubters out there, 21 shows her best showing yet, that being defeating Cell Max. Sorta. In a DLC story, Trash Character Few causes distortion across time, finding his way and interacting with the new generation of androids. The Avatar assists Gohan and Piccolo in battling the Gammas and Android. After bullying the androids with their new forms, the heroes reason with them. Before their misunderstanding gets resolved, Cell Max awakens no thanks to Few. The heroes and androids band together to stop Cell Max. Feeling guilty for playing a role in Cell Max's creation, Android 21 joins the fray. Despite Dr.Gero telling the cast to target his weak point, Cell Max is too much for them to handle, running out of ki with the rate they are going. Out of desperation, both Android 16 and Gamma tries to sacrifice themselves to beat Cell Max. Two endings play out depending on who you stop. For 21's case, by stopping 16, Gamma 2 recreates his attack like in the movie, only weakening Cell Max at the cost of his life. Android 21 stops Gamma 1 from fighting alone and stands along with Android 16. With the aid of Gohan and Piccolo, the three fighters combine their blast, powerful enough to destroy his core and defeat Cell Max. Cell Max was off guard and weakened, but still insane for 21, considering it required the likes of Gohan Blanco to overpower and outmatch Cell Max's Goku's power. As well as Toriyama says Cell Max rivals Super Broly in power with little brain functions, bullying the Gammas that Piccolo believed could rival Blue Goku or Vegeta lowballed, lastly beating down Orange Piccolo, whom Toriyama believes has reached Goku's level, indicating Cell Max was beyond Ultra Instinct tier in power. Xenoverse Cell Max is likely as dangerous as his movie counterpart, continuity differences aside of course. 21 didn't win on her own, yet even her contributing 1% of the Team Blast makes Xenoverse 21 low-key busted, especially if good 21 could use her Majin form. At the end of the day, 21 and the rest paid their respects to Gamma 2, choosing to move on and live for each other, showing that 21's true strength comes from believing in herself and those around her. We've now reached the end of her overview, so let's summarize what we know. For her attack power, there is little room for debate. Lowballed, she is indeed Universal Plus. 21 scales beyond anime Frieza, Cell, and Buu. All of them has statements and feats placing them close or at said level. Mid-balled, she jumps to multiversal level, surpassing all Blue Goku scaling and destroying multiple potential 4D space-time realities. High-balled, she could be low complex multiversal. Again, only if you believe Universe 7 is beyond 5th dimensional via lore and guidebooks. As a shout out to my contrarians, her outlier scaling places her at outerversal, assuming her Xenoverse or Heroes counterpart scale to the player avatar, as well as correlating to Hero surpassing fiction meta arguments. Also assuming those guidebooks define otherworld transcending dimensions in general. It's a whole can of worms I can't be bothered to explain. If you agree, good for you. If you don't, good for you. As for speed, she is for sure massively FTL plus lowballed. Mid-ball, she's infinite speed. High-balled, inaccessible speed. Then outlier is immeasurable. Once again, scaling to Goku's combat speed, who can clash against Beerus or Hits, with Hits having limited access to moving ahead of time, as well as 21's instant transmission above time argument. Again, I'm not here to preach what you must believe. Understand that Android 21 is without a doubt one of the strongest villains Goku has faced in the Super era. Her narrative is underrated, and I believe she deserves some credit for what she was able to pull off. Sucks that Cell Max somewhat overshadows her existence. She might as well be the watered down version. Even so, due to her unique presentation, she's still a relevant fan favorite for the fanbase. I have a feeling that we have yet to see the last of her. If she does return, we can only imagine what 21 can do if she puts her brain and brawn together against any obstacle. That's why I ask again, how strong do you think Android 21 is? Could she be Goku Black? Is 21 the weakest android in the series? What do you think about her game and character? Drop your thoughts down below in the comments. As always, hope you enjoyed watching. Shout out to the community for making this video possible. Drop any suggestions on who I should talk about next. That's all for today. I'm your host Nums. Look forward to more content coming soon. Until then, take care and see y'all later. Peace out.